Scott, your turn. You want to give us either a market update or a news update on Oahu? What's happening?
Yeah, real quick on Oahu. I mean, number of sales for condos and single family homes is slowing, so we are starting to moderate. But we're still at 1.5 months of inventory for single family homes and for condos. So there's zero inventory, which is going to really limit buyers' ability for any negotiation component. In fact, properties are selling for single family homes at 100% list to sales price ratio. Sellers are getting what they want. We still have 60% of the homes that are selling for over asking. And on the condo side, we're at 102% list to sales price ratio. So they're on average selling for more than what the seller is listing it for. And yeah, I mean, it's still really tight. And unless I don't see the inventory releasing a lot, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So I do think we're going to move back to a more normalcy, normal market, but it's going to take some time. Prices are still increasing, but sales have now started to show that they're slowing down, but there is zero inventory available.
Interesting. So we kind of almost have touched on. We've sort of introed into our next topic over here, but what I'm kind of sensing, it almost seems like the market's not quite. I mean, it's a cooling at best. It sounds like on Maui and Oahu at best, where maybe a little bit of a stronger cooling on the Big Island. But again, this the doom has not yet the doom has not yet arrived. Is kind of what it smells like. So why don't we do this? So before we kind of roll into to our sort of our main event here, I just want to give you all kind of another quick heads up. If you got some questions, pop them in the comments now. I'm going to queue them up. I'll take a look at them and we'll throw them up as we go along. We're going to have our discussion, as we mentioned, as our special event over here about the show. But I just want to give you all, you are here now live. You get priority. Give us the questions and I'll pop them in. All right. So we're going to turn into our big topic over here. What's the right thing to do? I thought, it would be interesting if we had a discussion about this because, right now there's all kinds of jitters. Some say that we're technical.
The big news, I guess, in the real estate market is that inventory is rising rapidly. So we were, in a very low inventory market for a very long time, and we are back to above 1,800 properties on the market on the Big Island, which the last time there was that many properties in the market was February of 21. So we're kind of at a 17-month high right now in terms of the amount of properties that are on the market. That in context is still very low though, right? We're still at 55% what the normal rate inventory levels are, because normally we have about closer to 3,000 properties on the market. So we're trending upwards. The big thing to do, the right thing to do now is I'm telling buyers that it's probably your best time to buy in the last 24 months because not only is inventory higher, there's less competition. So the bad news that everybody is listening to and hearing, buyers are hearing it and sellers are hearing it, right? So buyers are depressed because they think everyth's bad in the news and interest rates are high, and sellers are also getting a little more wary and scared because they're hearing all this bad news and they're willing to negotiate. So if you are in a position to buy and you need to buy, now's the time to do it because you're in a better position to negotiate than you have been in really 24 months. And the thing to remember is, interest rates are not forever. That's the one thing about interest rates is they always change. And unless you're buying to pay that interest rate for 30 years, which very, very few people do. I need to look that stat up and see how many people actually pay the same interest rate for 30 years. We all know everybody refinances every 3 to 5 years, every 10 years, they move. So to me, if you have a need for housing, the interest rate really should be irrelevant, especially when it's still as low as it is, because historically it's still, 2 points under the historical average for the last 50 years.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting kind of see how this all plays out. Thanks for that update, Dylan. Heidi, give us the latest in Maui. What's any kind of Maui news you want to report on, or any kind of market stats you want to share?
Sure. I just wanted to comment. I've actually been to that cat sanctuary on Lanai, and it's really cool. It was really designed as a humane way to control the feral cat population, so they're not attacking and killing all the seabirds. There's no natural predators that would kill the cats, so cats can just live in the wilderness on Maui and Lanai. But this sanctuary, it's really nice. So if you're ever on Lanai and you like cats, definitely a must see.
Number one destination on Lanai, apparently, you know?
Um, on Maui, I mean, the real estate market's extremely robust. June median prices for single family homes were at 1,255, which is up 13.6% from the same month last year. Condo median prices are at 832.5, which is up 34.3% from same month last year. Our number of sales are down, number of properties going under contract is down. Inventory is increasing, but just a little bit. For condos, it only increased about 3% last month. But I mean, I think what we're starting to see is a very gradual shift to a more balanced market, which is actually it's a great thing for buyers, because it means eventually more opportunities, more negotiating power than in the recent past. I mean, the growth that we've had this last couple years, I mean, it's probably unsustainable to keep going at that pace. So actually, some of the negative news could be positive, you know, depending on what your goals are and getting in the market here.
Excellent. Thanks, Heidi, for that update. It's so cool that you visited the cat sanctuary. That's totally awesome. I love it.